Oh, my name is Paula Flo, P-A-U-L-A. My last name is F as in Frank, L-O-W-E.
Okay. And what's your title, I guess, with the organization?
I am actually the founder and the executive director of the Hitting Stops Here.
Okay.
And I also have a radio show called America Speaks on Blog Talk Radio of our children being beaten with paddles that look like this. Okay, you could bang a nail in with this thing. Why are we still being beaten like slaves? Okay, this is what the slave masters use. If you don't do what you're told, you're going to get this. If these kids in this school don't do as they're told, they're going to get this.
She's like, blah, 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 and I'm thinking, oh, blah, 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 and I break down and I'm bawling. Just, it was common practice to get paddled. You knew that the principal would paddle you.
Right.
The bus is at the pre-K school, left for you, where one of the teachers told me that the spanking won't be administered unless there's parent permission, and all the forms haven't been produced out by the middle of this week, all the permission slips and opt-out forms.
I know, but they just brought it back and they're not letting you know. Did you see? You don't even know. You have 4 children. We have not met one person yet today. We've spoken to at least, I would say, what, about 25 people today?
Oh, more than that. More than 25 people.
And not one of them knows that this is legal. They just started. You see that board?
And we've asked it, yeah. We've been to the school district office and they said, oh yes, we haven't got the information out yet. They were supposed to have it out.
Beat your kid's butt and you won't even know it. So you have 4 kids right now in the danger zone. Last year,
my daughter's in high school right now.
Well, and autistic children. And many autistic children have no verbal language. Texas is #1 for beating children and #1 also for using harmful seclusions and restraints.
Okay, you asked me earlier why was I such a good kid. My parents didn't get us. There are 5 of us and we're all successful and we're all good people. They didn't do it by intimidating us and making us fear. But that's what this corporal punishment garbage is about.
What the school
That's
did.
what the school did.
Right.
And when I was in school, I was scared into being good. I was naturally good because my parents brought me up that way. But at school, I was scared into being good.
Right. That's a tragedy.
But,
Because you're trying to just be what they want you to be so that you become this little robot almost.
Thank you
I'm operating the way
Yes.
they want me to, and that will keep that board from being applied to my
Yes.
buttocks. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Ask me, was I ever paddled?
Were you ever paddled?
No. Because I was too scared.
Mm.
Which some people may say, that's great.
Right.
But do you know what that does to a kid's psyche? The big 5-0, and to this day, I remember it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you asked me, what does it do to your psyche? Cry on this part.
Mm-hmm.
You remember it from when you were in 6th grade
Mm-hmm.
to when you're 50.
Right.
That's what it does to your psyche.
Yeah. When they would hit the girls, what did they do?
When they would spank the kids at school, me and my sister and my father did not go for that.
Yeah.
He'd write letters there and tell them not to. My mother was still with me, but my mother got sick when I was I'm looking at her.
What year was that when you were, say, maybe in 3rd grade? Was that the 30s or?
19 and
What would it
1940.
40s, yeah. So it's like my
did you
dad,
ever
yeah.
see children get paddled while you were a little girl?
Yes,
You
right,
saw them be beaten?
right. I saw that.
How did that make you feel when you saw
I
it? What,
didn't
it was
feel
a
too-
friend.
Yes, I didn't feel too good about my classmates.
So you saw them
And-
crying about it?
Yeah,
and
I saw them cry about it. And,
did you ever go over to them and say anything to them? Like, hey, you're okay? Like, what did you do?
Well,
when
I
they
don't
would
think
come?
I basically said anything to
Oh,
them, but I didn't feel good about them.
No, because you're only
Have to
little
go
and
through that type of
scared.
life, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And then I didn't like it from that point
right.
on. I got thank God I had a nice family.
Oh, thank God. Did your dad tell them that they could beat you at school? Did your dad sign a paper saying that he could beat you?
He signed a paper saying, don't touch my children.
Don't touch
Very
my
good.
children,
Touch
yes.
Not my children.
But those other children who were being beaten, that means they didn't.
Maybe,
So they probably
mama
got it
didn't
home.
mind them getting spanked and, you know, those things. Maybe they didn't mind that. And if they did, they probably didn't say anything about it.
Were you able to see it?
Oh, no, they spanked the kids in the class.
In the
So you got
classroom.
to see every time it happened.
Yes.
Now, whenever it did happen, the children could actually hear it.
Yes,
Well, they
it's
could
something
see
like once a week or
once a week. You
something
saw
like that.
And
Was
did
this
they
in
beat them
Texas?
with a wooden board? This
Yeah,
is Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Did they? How did they beat the children? Did they beat them on their butt with a board or on their hands? How did they beat the
Well,
children?
like I said, mostly, I know they whipped them in the hand and then they whipped them with a belt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
And they were second graders?
they were.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I guess they felt that they had to do something to control the children.
Right.
Which wasn't really, in my way of thinking, if I had a child to go to school, I wouldn't want the teacher to whip them
No.
with boards.
So would you ever whip a child with a board?
No, I don't think I would ever.
No.
I never had no children, but I don't.
Yeah, you
Well, I
feel
know I
like-
wouldn't. Well, them other children is other people's children.
Right,
So
right,
you
right,
can't-
right. You can't
treat
speak for
me.
them. I know what
no,
you mean.
you can't do them like that.
Right.
To anybody. And I used to be one of these people. Good, bring it back. Beat them into submission.
Really?
Beat them into oh yeah. Oh, I was one of those people.
How old were you when it was that way for you?
Too stupid to know better.
Like in your 20s?
Yeah. My late 20s, early 30s, when I had my own company with two great partners, Richard and Joanna. And I thought, yeah, those kids, because it had all been at that point mainly, you know how the pendulum swings,
Right.
and it was corporal punishment's bad, get rid of it.
Right.
And I thought that's stupid because I was brought up with it.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
thought, no, it's a good thing.
With the threat of
but
it.
now when I'm older, I realize, no, the threat of it was bad.
Yeah.
Look at what it did to me.
Yeah.
I was at school being good, yes, because my parents brought me up that way, but even more so, I think, because I was scared.
Right, right.
Fear is not a good thing for little kids to be living in. But some people think it is. And those are the people that will march around and say, yes, yes, corporal punishment.
Exactly.
Because they think fear is the way to control people.
Just,
No,
Yeah.
love
Right.
is the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah. And this is so far back, and it could still have that
And it's the
effect
Dark
on
Ages.
you. And it could still have that effect on you.
Yeah,
After all
now look
these
at
years.
this.
Yeah,
It's that powerful.
right.
All this does is create people who are going to end up hurting others because you're basically saying, I don't like what you did, bend over. They posture our 16, 17, 18, even 19-year-old girls like little prostitutes over the principal's desk. They beat our boys by yanking up their pants into a tight wedgie. Now, boys, you know, at this age, they're having erections randomly, okay? You beat a boy with a board during an erection, he can become sterile. The parents don't know these things.